traveled by foot, bus, foot, subway, foot. Now we're going to a train that'll take us to Peekskill, where we'll get a ride with an Uber or some other car back to the trail.
Go by foot.
Well, we are continuing on where we left off with Brown Cow to go to New York City. Did a lot of fun stuff, just walked around a lot and saw the city. Did pay for a couple things, but mainly with food and hotel. It's a pretty expensive trip, and the transportation. So we didn't go to any skyscrapers or anything like that, but we got to see saw a lot of the city. Went to a show, Back to the Future, last night. That was extremely awesome and a good way to end our trip to New York City. But it's good to be back out here on the trail. It's about 5:15 in the evening, and we are making our way out into the woods, so we'll see how this goes this time. It's supposed to be a lot cooler for the next few days, so that'll be great. But my feet are already complaining just in the first 20-30 steps here about the rocks. So Brown Cow is heading back home. Might have mentioned that earlier. We are heading back here on the trail, and not too high expectations for the next few days. Just wanted to get back to putting in some miles. So hopefully, with it being decent weather, we'll pump out some 17 to 20s, but we're not going to put any pressure on ourselves. We're just going to take it nice and easy coming back out here. About 2.2 miles into the trip so far, this round. And I feel like we were off the trail long enough. I've forgotten what I'm doing out here. But it's coming back to me. So we got back to Staten Island last night across the ferry, which is really cool right after dark, looking back at the city lights. And got off the ferry. We were looking for our bus to get back to the hotel, and the cab driver pulled up. He's like, "Get in." And we're like, "Oh, the bus is going to be cheaper." He's like, "I know. I'll give you a ride for 20 bucks down to the motel." We're like, "Well, we're wanting to stop for some food." He's like, "Well, I'm going to be going to a grocery store to get myself something before I get off work here. We can swing into the grocery store." So we piled in the cab and got talking with the cab driver. And man, what a guy. He's real friendly. Liked to talk quite a bit. But was really interested in hearing about the trail. And he was just amazed at how far we're walking and everything. So it was really cool to catch that ride. And he did. He took us to the grocery store and walked around and made sure we were all right getting stuff in the grocery store and how to check out, and waited for us to get back in the car and took us back to the motel room. So just keep meeting awesome people on this trip. When we went to New York City, we avoided a lot of really hot days and some bad storms out here apparently. There's been a few blowdowns across the trail and into a couple campsites that I've seen. So I know we had some strong winds last night in the city when the storm came through. So I'm guessing it wouldn't have been too fun riding that out here camping without any shelters. I don't know how it's going to get in the future here, but where we're at, it's a long ways between shelters, like 26, 27 miles between the last one and the one we're heading towards. So we'd have been probably riding it out in a tent somewhere, thinking, wish we were in a city. Well, we were. Just to give you a little taste of what you missed out on, Brown Cow. I know you like these little rock climbs. But the rest of the trail's been up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, with a lot of rocks in it. So not the best. Brown Cow's having trees throwing branches at him. Or FG, not Brown Cow. Going over that one, I bet you.